কোথায় গেলেন? বাবা
বাবা একটা কাজ করো তো।
আমার কি ফোন আসছে?
না আসছে কেন? আসার কথা না। হ্যালো, হ্যাঁ বলছি যে গোলাইভ করে দিয়েছি আমি। হ্যাঁ, তো এবার কি করব আমি? আমাকে আমার আমার থোবড়া দেখা যাচ্ছে কি? দেখা যাচ্ছে না, আমি বন্ধ করে দিয়েছি আর কি। কিন্তু আমার দেখা যাচ্ছে না কেন? আমি তো সব বন্ধই করে রেখেছি। হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, তো কি করতে হবে এবার আমি? এবারে কি করব? শালা স্টার্ট। 11টা তো 3 মিনিট পরে হবে। কি 11টা 5 থেকে শুরু করবো নাকি? হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, তো কতজন ঢুকবে? হ্যাঁ, তো মোটামুটি একটা একটা কত কত পরে ঢুকবো আর কি? 30-40 জন ঢোকার পরে ঢুকবো নাকি? হুম, বলতে থাকবো মানে? হুম হুম, ঠিক আছে, আমি 11টা থেকে শুরু করবো। Good morning, friends. This is Bani Bruto from MicroPro. Uh, right now, uh, current viewers are only 26, so I would like to wait a little bit and then start our session today. Thank you. তোমার অডিওটা শোনা গেছে কি? এখন শোনা যাচ্ছে ওই এতে মানে লাইভ স্ট্রিমে শোনা যাচ্ছে? শিওর? ওকে, আমি একবার স্টার্ট করেছি, আমি আর একবার তবু বলে দিচ্ছি। আমি একবার বলেছি, আমি তখন জানতে বুঝতে পারিনি যে অডিওতে এবং 27 জন। না না, ফোন তো আসছে না, আমি তো ফোনে কথা বলছি তোমার সাথে। ওকে, ফাইন ফাইন। গুড মর্নিং, আমি একবার স্টার্ট করেছি, আমি আর একবার তবু বলে দিচ্ছি। আমি একবার বলেছি, আমি তখন জানতে বুঝতে পারিনি যে অডিওতে এবং 27 জন। না না, ফোন তো আসছে না, আমি তো ফোনে কথা বলছি তোমার সাথে। ওকে, ফাইন ফাইন। গুড মর্নিং, আমি একবার স্টার্ট করেছি, আমি আর একবার তবু বলে দিচ্ছি। আমি একবার বলেছি, আমি তখন জানতে বুঝতে পারিনি যে অডিওতে এবং 27 জন। না না, ফোন তো আসছে না, আমি তো ফোনে কথা বলছি তোমার সাথে। Okay, fine, fine. Good morning, students and teachers. This is Bani Broto from MicroPro, Calcutta. Let Good morning. আমি একবার স্টার্ট করেছি, আমি আর একবার তবু বলে দিচ্ছি। একবার বলেছি, আমি myself বুঝতে পারিনি যে এবং 27 জন। Myself, Bani Broto চক্রবর্তী। না না, ফোন তো আসছে না, আমি তো ফোনে কথা বলছি তোমার সাথে। I've been working for technology spectrum. Okay, fine, fine. For last Good morning, students. Years. I have experience of working in different technologies, including .NET, Java, uh, specialization in human-to-machine interface. Today we are going to discuss the basics of Android technology. So let me start. Right now 32 concurrent viewers have already logged in, so I hope that within a little bit time all the participants will log in and take the advantage of this webinar. So let me start my session today. Just a minute. If we think of the web technology, the history of web technology actually started in a situation like we are today. It was at the end of the Second World War. In fact, when Hiroshima was bombed, uh, the the man who was in charge of the dropping the bomb was given the responsibility to manage the evacuation and other relief work also. The name of the guy was General McCarthy. General McCarthy faced a huge problem that time. That time, the whole network of the world was in a serial mode. Uh, Mr. McCarthy faced a total blackout in terms of any kind of communication. He started to think about that, and thus gradually fishnet and other internet activities came. In 1980s, Windows changed the whole scenario of the IT system. But from the middle of 90s, the people started to think that laptop and desktops are not going to be the future client for all the users, because computers has to be extended. The facility of working with the computers has to be extended to the user activity end, and thus different research and development started, and eventually we got the smartphone. Today's smartphone is basically, you can say, the most popular computer workstation available in the market. Now there are different kinds of operating system available in the whole technology spectrum. Android is basically an operating system meant for embedded systems. Now I hope the embedded systems, what is embedded system, is clear to all the people here. The versions of Android actually started from Android started from 1.0, but it has two kinds of names. One is its numerical version number as well as alphabetical name. As you can see on the screen, all the versions having a different name, and name are actually alphabetically incrementally ordered. That the first version was 1.0 was alpha, second version was beta, third version was QPAC, fourth version was down, and so on, so on, so forth, so on, so forth. Now actually the current version is known as Nougat. From up to Honeycomb, that is up to Gingerbread, this was basically meant only for mobile phones. But from the Honeycomb onward, the whole world has changed. Now the Android applications are available for all kinds of embedded devices, like you can say phones, like pads, like Windows, Android TV, like your watch, anything and everything. Now, thus Android has evolved. As I have already said, Android is basically a mobile operating system developed by Google. Now it's basically an extension of Linux kernel, that is long-term support based branches of Linux kernel. It is designed for mainly for touchscreen smartphones and tablet computers. Now the tablet computers and smartphones are basically extended to a different level. Now it is extended to televisions, now it is extended to different watches and etc. So now we can say that Android operating system is tangible to all part of our life. uh, Android is basically an operating system which is purely open source. Open source means that source is available to the developers or to the users, and they can customize on the basis of their own requirement and rebuild it and apply it to their own devices. Like your Samsung phone is having Android, your other kinds of phones are also having Android, but basically the output of those two Android phones are different. So it is because the Samsung has customized its Android operating system in accordance to their requirement and their special devices. uh, it is now variety of applications can be developed on Android system. It is tangible to all part of our life. It can be a music system. It can be a system which works with the video. It is a system which works with the data. It can be analytical interface. It can be a data capture interface. It can be a security system, whatever. So there are variety of application could be developed in using Android. uh, Now, one of the main feature of working in the mobile phone was reducing the complexity of the overall process. Now suppose somebody is going somewhere and capturing a data using a digital camera. What he was supposed to do in the past, he had to come to the office and put the all the images into a computer system and then upload it. Now, as Android is capable of working with different kind of devices and also the data interface in a single device, now it can capture the picture and directly can upload it to the destination resource. uh, Android is also ready-made kind of system is also available in the market. So it actually has reduced the cost of the operation. Like Micromax is basically a hardware device vendor, but it actually without giving any cost or adding a cost to the device, it actually imports the an Android system to its device and made it workable. So thus Android actually has reduced the OEM cost by a very reasonable amount. The Android architecture is like it is shown in your on your screen. It has, let me try to do it. It has a Linux kernel at the bottom. Now, as you know, that kernel is basically meant to work with the device interfaces. That is the hardware part of the device, like uh, display, camera, flash, Wi-Fi, audio, different other additional devices if it is linked to it. So it is basically the interface in between the operating system and the hardware system itself. Now on the top of that, there are two main sections. One Developmenr, there are two main sections. One is kind of applications, sorry, libraries, and runtime. Now, libraries are meant to work with the different services provided by the Android operating system itself or external operating systems. It can work with the media framework. Media framework is responsible for working with the different medias, that is your camera, your music system, all these stuffs. It has a SQLite library which is responsible for storing data. Now, data storage is a very important uh, aspect of today's life, today's application scenario. The fact of the matter is, if you cannot store the data live and online, any application has no meaning whatsoever it works with. OpenGL is basically responsible for working with kind of graphics. Now, your resolution, your ability to taking different kind of videos, and the quality of it is being measured and controlled by your uh, OpenGL libraries. Runtime is a different thing, as you all it has been considered that the people who attend this class is basically having some kind of knowledge on Java. You have heard of Java virtual machine. Java virtual machine is meant for generic Java, but which is called JVM. Now, Android virtual machine is meant for working with low resource devices like smartphones, like your Android TV, like your watch, those things. So it is basically a different kind of customization of JVM, but it works in a different architecture. I will come in the later stage. Uh, then it comes with the application framework. Now, your application framework is basically works with different kind of activity or content or system resources manipulation. This part is taken care of by the application framework on which application runs. Now, what happens when an application fires an event? Like an example, fires an event, it first communicated to the application framework. Now, application framework understands it, and then it passes it to the libraries related to the particular activity, which has been compiled and executed by the runtime, and at the end it actually communicated through or to a particular device hardware. This is how the whole architecture works. Now, it actually, Android works in a huge kind of domain. It may be entertainment, it may be media, it may be different kind of tools, it may be communication, it may be productivity, it may be a database application, it may be an analytical software, it may be a kind of GPS system, whatever may be the today's life tangible tool. Android and your smartphone can enter into that particular zone. I was talking of runtime. Android runtime consists of Dalvik virtual machine and core Java libraries. Now, this Dalvik virtual machine or DVM is optimized for low processing and low power and low memory environments. Now, your mobile phone, today's mobile phone is having a huge memory, I know, but in the past, the memory of a particular device was much lower than a particular PC or laptop. So it was required highly to work in a scenario where the memory is very low and processor is not that much capable, and it should consume less and less and less power. So actually DVM is meant to meet those particular activities. uh, Unlike JVM, the DVM doesn't run dot classes files, or it actually instead run dot dex file. What happens when you work with a Java virtual machine? Java compiler converts the whole source code to Java virtual code, Java bytecode, and Java bytecode is been run by the JVM. Now here, in case of TVM, it is a little bit different kind of a. The first Java source code is basically compiled by the Java compiler itself, and it has been converted to Java bytecode. But Java bytecode doesn't get directly executed through JVM. After that, it is again been compiled and converted to DVC or Dalvik bytecode. Dalvik bytecode in size are in terms of processing speed is much higher than the Java bytecode. It actually compress it, and then DVM executes that particular application. Now I have already said you there are a few things related to Android development. Now Android development is basically consists mainly of four things. One is called activity, second is called service, third is called broadcast receiver, and fourth is called content provider. Activity is what you do on the screen. What is your activity, how your activity is being captured by the Android system itself. Like in an alarm application, the user interface where you set the alarm is basically your activity pane. Now the service is responsible for handling your events, like you have set the alarm to 7 a.m. Now when the 7 a.m. is coming, the alarm activity has to be connected with your hardware and alarm has to be fired. This firing alarm event is being controlled, executed, and superbly handled by your services layer. Uh, the broadcast receiver is not receiver is nothing but only handling those events. Now how far it will run, and what will be its alarm tone and other stuffs is being controlled and work is being taken care by the broadcast receiver. Data part is being controlled by the content provider. It is taken care by the content provider. That means when you set the alarm through your activity interface at 7 a.m., it has to be saved somewhere, and when it is saved somewhere, it is been this particular activity, this particular saving the data part has been taken care by the content provider. Now let us go to the uh, development cycle of Android system. uh, just have be a little bit time to open my other interfaces, and I'll come back in a minute.
need to invest only in hardware, and the software cost is not supposed to be beared by them. Android, they can port into their hardwares and they can directly sell it out.
Fine. Let us try to do a new project itself. So when we let me close it first. I think closing will may create some problem. Shall go the new and the new project. Now first I have to select the template. Now I'd like to select the template as empty activity template. Now I think everybody knows what is this template is all about. It is basically comes with the basic designing structure at the time of creation of a particular system. Now let me have my name. Now if I give a name that what I say, today's activity, the package name will automatically get changed to com.todays.activity. Now what is this is all about, what does it mean? Actually, if you go to your Google store at the time of if you search Facebook, and you will find that when you select the Facebook application to install on your mobile, below the Facebook icon, it shows the name of the package as it defines in the Google store, and this is the name of the package. So Google store will take it not as a today's application, as com.example.today's application. Now you can set the language, you can set the location of the solution, and also the Android SDK version. So I'm taking the default version itself. If you have a higher Android SDK version installed in your PC, you can take a different one also. Now I shall finish it. Sorry, uh, use legacy support is required, not required. Taking a little bit time. it's actually the configuring the project, and it comes with a different. Now code a person invoked by the control space, forget it, close it. Fine. Now your code and libraries are at the left pane. This is here, different libraries available for it. We will come to one after one, individually how to work with those. And this is your uh, main designing pen. Now first let us go to the manifest. uh, Now this manifest is basically your total configuration settings. Now whether the application will allow you to take backup has been mentioned here. Fine. This is the level of the application. Level means when the application will appear on your screen, what will be its sorry, name of the application. You can give a name over here also. It is the name of the activity. We will change a little bit of it and then see what is going to be its effect. Before going to this pane, this coding part, let us understand what is basically activity is all about. Activity of a particular application is basically the container of your interface. uh, as you see your mobile phone in hand, the your screen is basically your activity. It is basically when it is blank, is nothing is there, it is called activity. Now on the activity, you have to create a layout for your application and put it there. So in a way, by creating a new layer, new layout, you can create the design of your you can change the design of your system. Now let us try to create an activity over there. Sorry, network has very slow. Sorry, I think I have some problem in my system. Let me have 2 minutes. স্মিতা, স্মিতা, মায়ের একটু ফোনটা দিতে বলতো। আমার ফোনটা দাও তাহলে। আর নিয়ে এসো, নিয়ে এসো, আগে নিয়ে এসো, তুমি আগে নিয়ে এসো।
তুমি সেতু অ্যাপ ডাউনলোড করেছো?
হ্যালো, আপনি আচ্ছা, আমি ফোন করে ফেলেছি আপনাকে ভুল করে, সরি স্যার, আমি ফোন করেছি। উজান, উজান, দরজা বন্ধ করো, দরজা বন্ধ করো, টিভি আওয়াজ আসছে। এই আমার এটা কি লাইভ আছে? না, নেট তো চলছে, আবার অন্যগুলো হচ্ছে, হঠাৎ এইটা কেন হাওয়া হয়ে গেল? এই যে লাইভে যেটা দেখছি আমি, সেখানে বলছে যে এইখানে ইউটিউব ইজ নট রিসিভিং এনাফ ভিডিও টু মেনটেন স্মুথ স্ট্রিমিং। এখানে 33 জন কারেন্ট ভিউয়ার দেখাচ্ছে এখনো, কিন্তু লাইভটা একদম ব্ল্যাঙ্ক হয়ে গেছে। কি হতে পারে? একবার কি কেটে আরেকবার ঢুকবো? কেটে ঢুকলে আর হবে না। আচ্ছা আমি দাঁড়াতে, আমি এইটাকে একবার দেখছি। উইন্ডো ক্যাপচার 2টা মানে এটাকে আর কি, মানে আমার কোড উইন্ডোটাকে আর নিতেই পারছে না, নিতেই পারছে না। হ্যাঁ, আমার সাউন্ড কি করে যাবে? আমার সাউন্ড তো এতেই নেই, কি বলে আমার লাগানোই নেই ওতে। আমার স্ট্রিমিং যে এটা, সেখানে দেখাচ্ছে ইওর ইউটিউব ইজ নট রিসিভিং, এই আবার বোধহয় শুরু হচ্ছে। রেট তো ফুল এতে চলছে, আবার কারেন্ট ভিউয়ার 0 হয়ে গেল। কনকারেন্ট ভিউয়ার 33 0 এরকম দেখাচ্ছে, 31 হয়ে গেল আবার। তাও তো 1 মিনিট দেখি, সিনটাকে একবার চেঞ্জ করে দেখি। সিনটাকে একবার চেঞ্জ করে দেখি। সিন 3তেই তো আছে। সিন 2তে গেলাম, সিন 2তে দেখাচ্ছে, এসছে কিছু স্ক্রিনে। তো একদম ফুল মানে ব্ল্যাঙ্ক কালো হয়ে বসে রয়েছে। কারেন্ট ভিউয়ার 30 তো কথা বলতে কিছুই তো দেখাচ্ছে না এখানে, একদম কিচ্ছু দেখাচ্ছে না। স্ক্রিনে কিছু দেখাচ্ছে তোর? স্ক্রিন ব্ল্যাক হয়ে রয়েছে একদম। আমি এটাকে খুললাম, আমার মুখটা দেখতে পাচ্ছিস? আমার এটাতে কিন্তু সব দেখাচ্ছে, কি বলে আমার এটাতে ওই ওবিএসটাতে। স্টপ স্ট্রিমিং, স্টপ স্ট্রিমিং। স্টপ স্ট্রিমিং তো কোথাও নেই। হ্যাঁ, এটাই তো দিচ্ছে। আচ্ছা ওইখানে ঢুকে যাচ্ছে, এটাকে না বন্ধ করে দিলাম। বুঝতে পারছি, আমার এটা করতে যাচ্ছে। কি করা যায় এখন? এন স্ট্রিম তো করলে হবে না। কি করা যেতে পারে? সে তো দেখতে পাচ্ছি, শুনতে পাচ্ছি তো, আমি ওখান থেকে তো শুনতেও পাচ্ছি তো, ওদের কথাগুলো আসছে। যদি আমার এটা মাইক্রোফোনটা খোলা আছে তবুও শোনা যাচ্ছে, ডাইরেক্টলি শোনা যাচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে, সেটা না হলো। কিন্তু মুশকিলটা হচ্ছে এবার এটাকে কি করে কি করা যায়। আসছে না রে ভাই, হোয়াট টু ডু? এখানে শুধু লাইভ দিয়ে 1 মিনিট, 1 ঘন্টা 37-38 মিনিট দিয়ে বসে রয়েছে, আর কিছুই তো নেই। এখন এই লাইভ কাটলে কি আর লাইভে ঢোকানো যাবে না? লাইভ চ্যাটে আমি একটা কিছু দিয়ে দিই নাকি, যে আমার একটু অসুবিধা হচ্ছে। দেখি আমাকে দেওয়া। হ্যালো, আমি জানি না, মানে মানে কিছুই আসছে না আমার এইখানে, এখানে একদম কিচ্ছু আসছে না, কিছু। এখন এখন কি, এখন কি আছে? কিন্তু আমার এখানে কিছু দেখা যাচ্ছে না, মুশকিলটা হচ্ছে এইটে। আমার 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 এখানে এখন কোড উইন্ডোটা খোলা আছে, কোড উইন্ডোটা দেখা যাচ্ছে কি? হ্যাঁ, তাহলে আমি একবার বন্ধ করছি কোড। ওকে, hello. Okay, fine. I think now the system has come back. Let me try to. The system is, I think, a little bit slow due to network problem. It's not coming with proper time. Fine. As you can see, আসছে, এবার আসছে। হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে, আমার কোড উইন্ডোটা খোলা আছে, তো আমি এখানে কিছু দেখতে পাচ্ছি না। দ্যাট ইজ দ্য প্রবলেম। ফাইন, লেট মি কন্টিনিউ। ওকে, now what you see here is basically, this is called activity. Now you can set the activity over here by changing its XML. Now what I will do, I will create a layout first. Now this layout means the things you want to put on the screen. Like suppose I take a button from here, text button from here.
And here you say tag, comma, on create.
And I think it will now work. Let me start working it. Now on the screen, you were seeing that I have selected layout. Now a particular Android project is having different layouts. What are those layouts? It is basically, one is linear layout, and there is relative layout. Now it is today it is also called as constraint layout, uh, and other thing is list layout. Those are list view, grid, and other stuffs are called list layouts. Now in the layout area, you can see that you have different kinds of layouts available over here. I have taken the content main layout. Now if you go to layout and click new, and you can create your different add your different libraries over there also. These are the class, they are the resource sources, source files, and at the type image assets. If you want to add some vector, so you can add different resource files to the layout also. Now as it is basically a layout which is basically relative layout, you can drag the button and put it anywhere. There is a very you can say backward compatible layout are also available there. Those are basically linear layouts. In linear layouts, you in previous versions of Android, it was basically mainly used the linear layout, where you can just put your controls only in a linear manner, that is it is horizontal or vertical. Now you can text different image view over here also. You can add it. You can whatever the image and the background audio also stuff. Run the application. Set the targeting is also fine. I'm creating the virtual device to run the application. It will take some time. your application, it creates the application in the memory and runs it. Now, through the entire life cycle of Android application,